cheesy beef empanadas. Let's get it. Okay, so look, as you can see, it's not a whole lot of ingredients, right? So when I say beef empanadas, check this out. I load mine up, and you know, empanadas are not that big, right? And anytime I can go ahead and work with my, if I can get it up, there it is. Anytime I get a chance to use my French fry cutter, I'm going to. Let me just say this, anytime you guys see anything that I'm using, just about 99% of everything that I use is in my Amazon store. The link will be down in the description box and it'll be in the #1 comment, right? So we just want to bring this, got to use a little muscle because these are big. Now I can cut these down like this, you know what I mean? And that right there, you want to make them all uniform so they can all be ready at the same time. Now I went ahead and started putting a little, you know, heat underneath, you know, my pan. You know what I mean? And I'll show you why, because we're gonna add a little bit of this infused olive oil. I love using that, you know what I mean? I like this. I don't care if they got the skin on them or not. It doesn't make a difference. You just want them to be all the same size. So let me go ahead and grab this. This is my garlic infused. I'll go ahead and just add a little bit to this. Got that? I know it's up to temp. I can smell it. It gets nice and fragrant, right? So now we're just gonna add a little bit inside of there just like that. Okay, so I usually let my potatoes go about 4 minutes prior to me, you know, adding my ground beef and my onions, right? So if you take a look right here, look, this is my beef. And then listen, I just had a lady leave me a comment. She said, oh my God, I didn't know. If you guys get the A and the B, look, that's like having A, B in your cupboards, you know, with you, right? So I'm gonna be using the B. This is what I like to use as far as my seasoning go when I'm doing, you know, like beef, you know, my ribs, stuff like that. Both of them are good, but this is more so for itself. Now, if you guys take a look, if you come in here and look right here, look, they on their way to start to try to get soft. You know what I mean? Some of them got a little bit of cover over them and all of that, but that's where I start, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this in here. And then I'm gonna just break this up just a little bit. You know what I mean? Now don't forget, I'm using hex clad, you guys. If you guys are fortunate enough to, you know, get yourself some of these pots and pans, you can use wooden utensils, you can use bamboo, and of course, you know, I ain't gonna say of course, but you can also use, you know, metal utensils inside of it. Now that I have that there, now I'm gonna come with my onions, right? Now, when you say empanada, you know what? These could be burritos, all of that. You guys, you know, you getting the message, right? So now, B, and now we season, you know? It's okay, you can season everything in here in the inside, and then for those of you guys that don't have this yet, you know what I mean? What I'll do is I'll leave down in the description box a whole recipe and give you guys the ingredient list, you know, for an alternative. And then of course, you know, I'm gonna add some pepper to it, right? And then I'll just go ahead and incorporate, you know? Make sure you got a pan big enough, you know what I mean, so that you can get it all mixed up together. You know, start breaking this down, you know what I mean? Because we want to cook the meat and these onions, and you want everything to just like marry together. It's those flavors, folks. All right, now only thing to do is taste it. I just tasted a little bit. I just give it 1 sprinkle of salt, maybe 2. Don't forget, all of my products are low sodium, you know what I mean? And you just want to give it a mix. And then don't forget, we got peas. Now you guys don't have to add peas to it. You can add cheese now, but I'm gonna show you how I do mine. And you know what, this is just really an idea just to, you know, get you going. You know what I mean? And then you guys can figure out what you want to do, what you want to add, or however you want to do it, right? So we'll just put some of these in here like this. Man, this would make a good filling for a pot pie. There's just so much stuff that you can do with it, right? All right, so look, now I turn off my heat. You know what I mean? I just mix this around. And don't forget, when you're using frozen peas, listen, it doesn't take long for them to thaw out, you know, and to warm right up, right? And don't forget, we going in the oven. Now you can deep fry these if you would like, but I'm gonna show you just like an easy, simple way. No fuss, no, you know, no extra cleanup, nothing like that, right? Okay, so look, we got the filling right. Now listen, I'm using puff pastry. If you guys never work with puff pastry, I'm gonna just tell you like this, like I was when I first discovered it. It's amazing, folks. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, and you guys can see that I put a little flour down on my board, right? Just roll it out just a little bit. You know what I mean? It don't take much, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put it like that. We just do a mock, make sure we got the right side. Yes, we do, folks. So I'll take it like this. Okay, so look, this right here is gonna be the real trick. Outside of my seasoning to get the profile right, it's just empanada press. Look at this. It's made out of plastic. All you gotta do is put it like this, right? So if you wanna know how did I come up with that, I just got me a cookie cutter that was about the same size, right? We take this, but before we do that, I'm gonna just take and just put just a little bit of flour in there, you know, so it doesn't nothing stick, right? Super easy, folks. Grab one of these, we put it on top, just like that. Now, if you come over here and take a look over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and just start loading this in, right? It doesn't make a difference how you do it, whether you put it in the middle, you know what I mean? But the thing is, you don't wanna put too much in there, right? So that's enough. You really gotta like just figure it out. You know, I'm gonna grab some of this because we want it to be nice and cheesy, right? And don't forget, we had an egg, right? That's gonna be our egg wash, but you see that right there? Then you just wanna take this, right? Check it out, let me show you. Then we bring our egg wash into the game. Now, you guys can use water if you wanna seal them that way. That's cool, but for me, I'll take them like that. Get me a fork, just get it going, right? You really just want something wet to help seal it just a little bit. Actually, when you're using a press, you really don't need to, but I'm gonna do it this way. Right, I'm gonna just take my finger, right, and just bring this around just like this. And then, you know, I leave it down here on the bottom like this, but you wanna make sure that you got enough so you can get a little crimp. That's the most important thing on your sides, right, when using this. So then you bring this one over, you know, you bring it like this. And when you bring it, look, you see how it comes out like that? All you do is just squeeze here, right? I just hold it for, you know, just a hot second. You can see how it is on the back. That's why you don't want to stuff them, right? Because this right here is your pocket. We got a lot of cheese in there. We got that goodness. And then we just take it like this. I just take it like that. And there you have it, folks. We making empanadas. Now look, after you guys see how simple this should get you going. It's almost like making fried rice, right? Because you can always go in your refrigerator, you can take out any of your leftovers, you know, just put it with a little ground beef. Hey, for those of you guys who are doing something a little bit more healthier, you can go ahead and go with that ground turkey. You can do a breakfast empanadas. You can use that pork, you know what I mean? Just talk to me, folks. Now, you take the rest of your egg wash. Look, because we want to get them a nice color, right? So I'm only gonna brush one side of these. They're gonna take care of themselves all over. You know what I mean? But you guys get the message right here. This is it. Okay, so look, you could just see the color of them, you know, once you brush them. Now, you want to put these in a 350 degree, you know, ready oven, right? And then we only going to go in there for about 12 to 15 minutes. We just want to keep an eye on them and want them to be nice and golden brown. Okay, so listen, when they're done, remember we use that puff pastry, right? Just gets them like this. Take a look at that right there. Ah. Okay, fam, look, you guys have seen them. We done been all over them. You know what I mean, flying over the top, showing all of that. Listen, if you can tell, look, I got a couple less than we had in the beginning. You know why? Because listen, everybody had to have them. You know what, and did something a little different this time using that puff pastry. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and just take one of these and eat one of these on camera. All I can tell you is when you season your meat and you put potatoes, look, ground beef, potatoes, and veggies and onions, you know that work, right? Of course, I use my seasoning, but don't forget, if you guys pay attention down in the description box, I'm gonna let you know what you guys can use until you cop some of this. But with no further ado, cheers. Check it out, folks. These right here is fire. If you've never had them with, you know, puff pastry, give it a try. Let me know down in the comment section below, right? So listen, if you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, if you've been watching these videos, you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to grab one of these, take a bite, and guess what, folks? I'm out. Peace.